What Kenny was referring to is the front page news in the Straits Times today that actually talks about the Senior Minister of State announcing the plans for the development of the southern island of Pulau Brani, integrating it with Sentosa and creating a precinct that is about equal in size to Sentosa, and plans for that. So I thought, wow, the PR people have done an incredible job. How do you get the minister to announce this just before I have an opportunity to speak? So thank you very much for how you managed to do that. That's really pulling off an incredible coup. I salute you. But one of these sessions these sessions that we're having is always a wonderful opportunity to catch up with old friends, and the question that everybody asks is, so how's business? So I'm just delighted to announce that business is actually excellent in Singapore. We're very, very fortunate. Year to date, our growth in tourism in Singapore is 7%. That's quite unusual for a mature tourism destination like Singapore to be continually experience growth, and 7% year to date is not too shabby. And I think the reason why we have managed to sustain our growth is because Singapore as a destination continues to plan and evolve. And if you look at how in the recent years, the new attractions that's been added to Singapore, obviously Marina Bay is a magnet for tourism. They're conceiving or reinventing the Orchard Road area. Gardens by the Bay is an incredible attraction that's featured in the new film, which is like a Singapore Tourist Board commercial, Crazy Rich Asians, which I think has done a big service to positioning Singapore as a real tourism catchment point. And of course, a tourism catchment point in Singapore is Sentosa. Sentosa is really a driver of business, and it's very, very popular in the ASEAN as well as the long-haul markets. But the thing that is interesting is that in Sentosa right now, 90%, it's about 3,200 rooms in Sentosa. 90% of the 3,200 rooms are in the luxury class. So what does that mean? It means that there's a huge opportunity, right? If there's only luxury hotels in Sentosa, or not only, but 90% is luxury hotels, it creates an opportunity for what we are going to be doing. The other thing about it is that Singapore is also the second most visited destination in Asia Pacific. And I think with what we have planned in the southern islands, because all the ports are going to be moved over to Jurong, it creates this opportunity to develop Pulau Brani, which is just a stone throw in between us and the mainland, as well as the entire Tanjong Pagar area. I think that this is the harbinger of very, very exciting developments for Sentosa, as well as the rest of the precinct. Now, I mentioned just now that 90% of the hotels in Sentosa are in the luxury tier. What does that mean for us? It means that we can create a wonderful mid-tier range of products that caters to families, to groups, to MICE, as well as for niche products. See, one of the things is in Sentosa, there are no niche products, and niche products means what? Hotels that are not all things to all people. So, we are going to launch this development as the new gateway and getaway. The new gateway and getaway, actually there's a lot of meaning in these words. Talking about getaway, which I was talking about, we're going to create three very distinct products. We have the Village Hotel, 606 keys, and it's dedicated to families, it's dedicated to groups, it's dedicated to meetings, incentives, conferences, and events. So that specializes in that. Then we have the Barracks Hotel, which caters to, it's a boutique hotel, it caters to those who are history buffs. It tells the story of Sentosa. And for those who are discerning, there will always be that demand for that exclusive segment of the market. And then we have the Outpost Hotel. The Outpost Hotel is very interesting. It is a hotel that caters primarily to individual traveling couples. So it's an adult-oriented hotel. So for people who want that peace of quiet during the school holidays, well, that's the hotel for you. So our hotels are not all things to all people. And together, this entire precinct is not only just a getaway, but will also be the new gateway as well. This new gateway takes a cue from the Southern Island Gateway or the Southern Waterfront Gateway that the Singapore government is developing. What does this mean is, in terms of connectivity, there are various dimensions to the connectivity. There is the obvious level of connectivity that the hotel is, next to the hotel is Kidzania, which of course makes it ideal, right, for the family market. You've got Kidzania next to the hotel. You've got the India station that has the huge Malayan and the monorail that connects you to the rest of the attractions in Sentosa. There is Palawan Beach right in the front, and then behind the hotel, literally across the road, is Universal Studios. So, from a connectivity point of view, that is the obvious dimension of connectivity. But the not so obvious connection, or the not so obvious dimension of connectivity is, the hotel is built on top of the Coach Bay hub of Sentosa. You know, where all the coaches, because you can't park coaches all over the place in Sentosa, you kind of jam everything up, right? So the coaches will drop whoever they need to drop, and the coaches will have to congregate in a coach park. And the coach park, which is the nexus, the hub, is right underneath the hotel. So the other way of looking at it is, whoever is going to Sentosa will have to stop by the hotel and you come right up to the lobby of the hotel. The primary bus shuttle to the city, bus number 123. You can't remember that. It's kind of easy to remember. Bus number 123. It's as easy as 123. It's right in front of the hotel, so it connects you to the city. Now, the connecting to the city is the next dimension of it. Sentosa should not be seen as just some far-off island, because it is really not far. It is 11 minutes to the central business district. I know because I drove it, because I don't want to say something and then when you actually drive, the guy talked about it. No, it is actually 11 minutes if you drive from Sentosa to the central business district. So how is it 11 minutes? Because there's an underground tunnel that takes you right up to the central business district, so accessible. It surprises me to find out that from the airport to Sentosa is 22 minutes. 22 minutes once you come out of the arrival gate of Changi Airport to Sentosa. Connected straight by the ECP, and then you are in Sentosa. Of course, then there is, it's just a short drive, no more than 20 minutes, to the Jurong Industrial Hub. So the connectivity actually connects Sentosa to not only the attractions within Sentosa, but the attractions that are in Clarke Quay, which is where the night spot is, the connections to Marina Bay, which is a huge, so it's connecting magnet to magnet. So I think that connectivity is actually quite interesting. The reason also why we built this project is because we wanted to attract more locals to actually holiday in, to consider Sentosa as a leisure destination. Because for the longest time, the success of Sentosa was a double-edged sword. Because Sentosa has been so successful in attracting foreigners, the perception of Sentosa among locals is that that's the place for the tourists. It's no longer a place that the locals are gravitating to. This hotel will be hopefully we want to attract locals back to the island. And how do we do that? It's because the majority, 90% of the hotels, is in the luxury class. It is off the beach for the local visitors. So coming in with a mid-tier product, coming in with niche product, coming in with specialized product, will enhance the diversity of the city. It will also attract more events. This property that we have seen has got new interesting assets that will attract the consumers. There's a pool deck which has got different types of
inbound statistics of Far East, where are your largest markets from the region?
Well, to take the second question first, the largest markets for Far East hospitality mirrors the largest markets for Singapore. It is China, number one, India, Indonesia, Australia. These are our big markets, and of course Japan. And then you have the UK and the Americas. So these are the main markets that are coming in. How this would change the game really is this. Previously, people stayed in Singapore, and then they go and do a half day or a 1 day visit Sentosa day.